Hello everyone and welcome back to some more Resident Evil the board game coverage, and today we are up to Gardens A. We're ready to leave the mansion finally, and if you are incorporating the 2 expansions and the director's cut content for the board game, this is where you need to do a bunch of stuff different, so we're just going to cover that real quick first of all, because it does also involve changing the actual objective of the Gardens A scenario. First though, if you're using the director's cut, before you start playing this, you add snakes to the pool of potential enemies to run into in the form of 3 new encounter cards. It tells you in the director's cut which numbered cards those are. So we'll be running into those, and when you finish the scenario, if you win, you then add 2 more encounter cards which will add spiders into the potential pool of enemies you'll encounter. If you're using the expansions, the Into the Darkness and Bleak Outpost expansions, I have the book here. One moment, because it changes the objective from the Garden A scenario. During the scenario setup, replace the helmet key, which is what the only thing in the B deck would have been if we were doing this straight out the normal rulebook, with the crank, and amend the scenario brief as follows. In this scenario, the characters must find an important item in order to progress. If the crank is in the character's inventory or the item box, and each character is on the garden shed tile, the players can choose to successfully complete the scenario at any time. If there's any enemies on the garden shed tile, you skip the healing at the end of the scenario. And then after you complete the scenario, you add Gardens B to the map of the mansion. So those are all the changes if you're incorporating all the additional content. Beyond that, it's much the same. We've got a zombie to start with. Chris is up here. If you add other characters or players, they start right there. There's a dog on the map. And I think that about covers it. We've got some dangerous stuff to do. There's a puzzle door over here that I presume you need the crank to fix. I just realised one of my studio lights is not on, which is why I'm casting so much of a shadow. I'll fix that as we get started. There's always one thing I forget. I didn't go over the rules in place for the scenario that stay in place. Apologies for all the hairs, my dog is molting. So you take the puzzle cards, you shuffle them, have them in a deck face down there. I'm not 100% sure on how you use these yet, because I think you have to use the Explorer cards. But it's to do with the weather vane gates, which is a thing added in the GameCube version of the video game. At the start of the scenario, shuffle the puzzle cards and place them face down to create a deck. If a character is on the same square as a puzzle locked door, oh actually it's just that door there then, and there isn't a puzzle card next to it, draw the top card from the puzzle deck and place it next to the locked door. A character in the same square as a crest token can spend an action to flip the matching puzzle card face down and discard the locked door card next to it. I'll be honest, that's very confusing. But what I'm thinking it's saying is you randomly draw one of these, put it next to a puzzle door, you then look at it, see what symbol is on there, and then once you find that crest somewhere, because there's 6 exploration cards, you can interact with that, and that then opens this door. And presumably, I just realised you can't even quite see the door. There we are, it's over there. And then I presume that takes us to where the shed will be. I'm just guessing. Let's see. The rest of it I'm not going to read until I have read it, but I'm not going to read it to you because it's spoilers, but certain stuff happens once we pick up the B item. That covers everything, now we can get started. So my plan to start with here, I dumped one of the red-green mixes we were using, so I have 1 inventory space. I'm going to move here for 1, pick up that for 2, move here for 3, and open this door for 4. My goal is to burn through the pistol ammo that we get for free, and then dump the pistol in the storage box provided in that room. The A item we found, I forgot to mention as part of adding the extra content. I genuinely didn't know this was on top, but I was going to say you shuffle 2 blue herbs into the A deck from the director's cut or expansion content. They both come with blue herbs. So this zombie reacts, this dog reacts, 1, 2. We draw our first tension card and it's an all clear. So we're going to start burning through this pistol ammo so I can get rid of it. We're going to fire 3 shots into the zombie. And we actually blew its head off. Wow, that was all successes. We blew its head off, so no corpse, which is the perfect result. The dog reacts to the gunshot. And actually it would move 2, wouldn't it? We still have 3 actions left. I'm going to pop out here, and we're going to, as our last action, and hopefully not regret this, fire 3 more. We actually killed the dog as well. I'm not used to Chris rolling well. So that's going to be a tension card. All clear. Then I'm going to go back in here for 1, trade with the adjacent square box for 2 to dump the pistol, because I don't want it. Come back out here for 3, come here for 4. So we're going to rely on the flamethrower mostly. We've got a couple of grenade rounds, we've got 5 shells in the shotgun plus a bunch of shotgun shells to reload with. Tension card. All clear. I'm going to have to come around this side of the camera. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there is a corpse through here, which is potentially dangerous. Draw a mission card. I'm going to have to go around the other side of the camera. Let's see what we get on our starts card this time. Supply run. Draw up to 5 cards. If this character survives, draw a number of cards. Oh, we've had this before, haven't we? Did I have to shuffle this deck? Maybe there's multiple copies. Place any revealed healing item or ammo items in the item box and shuffle the remaining cards back into the deck. It doesn't say I can opt not to do this, so I guess we have to do it. Alright, so let's see if Brad lives then. So draw 5 cards, and we're looking for... I'm just going to draw them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're looking for the investigation symbols and not the blood symbols. There's 1 investigation, there's 1 blood, nothing, 2 blood, 3 blood. I think someone said if you get that symbol you draw another mission card. That's too much busy work for me. So Brad took 3 damage and I draw 1 item. Is the gist of that. From the A deck, a dagger. The dagger goes into storage. Fair enough. So that was the tension card since I drew that mission card. I'm definitely putting it on the bottom of the deck. Just making absolutely sure. And then we're good to go. So if my interpretation of what you're supposed to do with these is correct, I have to go to the puzzle door first to put 1 there so I know what crest token I'm looking for. Again, that might not be right. Who knows? I'm moving in here for 1. We have to resolve a single encounter card. After resolving all spawn entries, draw the corpse that was pre-placed there as part of setup gets up to say hello. So we have 3 actions left. 1 zombie I'm not too concerned about, but I've got to draw 3 encounter cards in there. Do I want to kill it? Yes. With a weapon that will not lead to a corpse. Single shotgun shell. Well, that's nothing. So that's on to us. We'll fire another shotgun shell. Nothing. So we take 1 damage. 3rd shotgun shell. Nothing. He's back on us. That's appalling. So that was what, 3 shotgun shells. So we're down to 2 because we had 5. And Chris takes 2 damage. And then shoves him away again. End of turn. He comes back onto us. That was a rubbish turn there. Let's try again. Nope. Hits us again. Hits us again. No, sorry, that would be him back onto us. There we go. Wow, that was pretty bad. We'll use our 3rd action to reload the shotgun because it's out of ammo now. 4 shotgun shells. So we're back up from 0 to 4. And for our 4th action, we'll use the red-green herb mix on us so we don't die. So that means we might need to go back to the box to pull out another one. So those are gone now. We heal back to full. And we tension card. The pistol did well, and the shotgun did rubbish. Whatever. 1, 2, open for 3, and I'm going to have to burn a turn because I need a full turn in here with so many potential threats. We'll go in for 1, draw 3 encounter cards. Spawn a zombie. Well, there hasn't been any Cerberus cards, so we don't have to worry about the second part. So there's your first zombie. Where's the other? Yeah, it's down there. Here is, place a yellow unexplored token. Okay. Not bad necessarily. After resolving, oh, thankfully there's no corpses. Alright, well, shotgun. Well, you can't possibly fail me 5 times in a row, so let's fire a single shell at the 1 zombie. And he got him, thankfully. Blew its head off, and then we have 1 action left. I'm going to come over here. Oh, tension card. So, I'm going to have to read this again. If a character is on the same square as a puzzle locked door card and there isn't a puzzle card next to it, draw the top card from the... It doesn't even say it uses an action. Draw the top card from the puzzle deck and place it next to the locked door. Okay, done that. A character in the same square as a crest token can spend an action to flip the matching puzzle card face down and discard the locked door card. Oh, well, maybe they were supposed to face up then, so I knew which one it was. Is that what it means? It's so badly explained. I'm going to leave it for now. I'll look at it eventually. But for now I'm just going to leave it because I'm not sure. I'm going to need to see what's on the exploration cards to know for sure, I think. And I haven't looked at them in advance. So that didn't use an action. So 2, 3, 4 to pick up the A item then. Heal, maybe? Yeah, okay. Kind of need them now. I'm not going to combine that with the blue herb right away. because I might need to use the green herb just to stay alive. Attention card. A murder of crows. Each character must do a dodge. They don't pass, they take 1 damage. And because of the higher difficulty or danger level, every character would have to dodge. He did a good dodge. Alright, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. A lot are just running at the start here. Smashed asunder. Replace the closest non-locked door with an archway, then remove this card from the deck for the scenario and spawn a zombie. Well, the closest non-locked door is the door I was about to explore, so I guess this area is going to populate then, and a zombie wanting to show his hand has burst through there instead. So that's explore card number 1. So here's what was awaiting us behind door number 1, and the tiles, or rather the crests, are face up because there's 2 of them on this one, the wind crest and the moon crest. Couple of corpses, single encounter card, double encounter card, single encounter card, also an archway, and another corpse and a couple of items, and obviously a very tiny room right there for number 3. Number 4 is at the top there, number 2 is over there. So a few different ways we can go. In terms of what you're supposed to do with those puzzle cards, I think they were supposed to be face up. So I'm just going to turn over the one that I put by the door. That is not in focus, is it? Still trying to focus on the card. Well, it turns out it is the moon card over here, which means we need to interact with that and it will open up the puzzle door. What's behind the puzzle door, I have no idea. It's number 5 of 6. So presumably it's where the B item is, or where the shed is, and the B item is somewhere up here. Either way, it's a new turn. We have a zombie bearing down on us. We've got 3 shotgun shells left. I'll use one of them and it will not disappoint me this time, I hope. It will. He moves on to us. We fire again. He hits us. Jeez. 1 left. Missed again. Believe it or not, missed again. So 3 actions done. Chris has lost 1 health and we're out of shotgun shells. What on earth? We'll use 1 flamer round. Is rolling the same dice, needing the same results. And missed again. I see. It's going to be one of those type of days. Chris takes 1 more damage. Goes down to caution. Pushes him away. And end of turn, he walks onto us again. Wow. Keep quiet. No, I will not. You can't make me shut up. Flame around. Wow. Chris takes 1 more damage. Flame around. Zombie walks back onto us. There we go. So that was what? That was 3 actions? That's ridiculous. No, that was 2 actions, sorry. And 1 more damage. We'll use the green herb to heal back up 1. So this is what it's like if every single dice roll fails. It's not very fun. 2, 3, or rather 4 rather, sorry. 1 encounter card for this corridor where it turns over. It becomes a safe room. I wish. Place this tile next. If a character on this tile draws an encounter card, discard it without resolving effects. Okay. Oh no, I wish it was the wind crest. So, tension card. All quiet. All clear rather. 1, 2, 3. Open this door for 4. I'm just going to ignore the corpse because I'm sure it will just pop up as a crimson head eventually anyway. Oh! Or, you know, right now. That's also something that can happen. So much for being safe. There's my crimson head. But it was the tension card that spawned it, so he doesn't get a turn immediately. We are now going to have to deal with it, though, and I'm not sure I trust anything other than the grenade launcher, so let's punt a grenade launcher into his face. I've forgotten how much damage that is. That is 2 damage and kills him. Kaboom! Let's move in here for second action. And that's 2 encounter cards for this L-shaped... well, yeah, just this part of the L-shape, because the other part's a different area. Spawn Snakes, one of the new cards. If this card is done during the laboratory section, remove it from the game. Nope. So we are going to spawn snakes. They're on a medium base. It's equidistant, so it doesn't really matter where I put them. So there they are. I haven't looked at their stat card yet. Let's see. They've got 1 health, 2 threat, point blank attack that does poison, a range 1 attack that does poison if they draw that symbol on the tension card. Characters suffering poison that are hit by an attack from this enemy suffers 1 additional damage. Characters ignore this enemy during move actions, so you don't need to evade to get past it, so you could just ignore it at the risk of being poisoned. If you do get poisoned, well, I guess we'll cover that when it happens. Other encounter card. Spawn a corpse and then place a yellow unexplored tile. Corpse right there. I don't know if it's worth going through the room. Do they move? The snakes move usually. Yeah, they have 1 health, they move 2, so they are going to come after us. We have 3 actions left. I'm going to go 1, 2, move on to the E item. Does the corpse get up? No, does not. Snakes move 2, right? Yep. So they're going to slither into line of sight there. The medium-sized bases are a little awkward. All clear. Let's loot that E item for 1, move back onto the corpse for 2, and then open that door. Although, does the corpse get up? No, barely. So I will have to populate that with 2 actions left in a second. We found the other blue herb. I guess there isn't that many items in the A deck currently, so it wasn't that hard to find them. So we are leaving that tile, which means if we go back we're going to have to explore. I've got 2 actions left, or 1 action, either way. Need to populate the room number 3. Well, a bit of a weird place for it, but we actually did find the garden shed. So this is where the scenario ends if we have the B item, the crank in this case, not the key that you would normally get. So we have to draw an encounter card because it is not a safe area. And it's going to be a corpse. That's okay, it doesn't count as an enemy, it's a terrain feature. I'm going to close this door behind us, and I don't remember if I had 2 actions or 1, so we'll just say I had 1. That means it's not a link tile, so the snake does not react. We've got an all clear. So, if I think this through, because we have a moon crest on the puzzle door, all I need to do is get to this puzzle door, then run all the way back to the moon door, then all the way back to the shed. In theory. Because the B item must be behind the puzzle door. Why else would there be a puzzle door? So, move here for 1, open for 2, go through for 3, we have 1 action left with 1 encounter card to resolve. Discard this card without effect. Okay then. In that case, I'll just keep these then and move here. The snake reacts though because it is a link tile, because this is a archway. And we tension. All clear. We're drawing quite a lot of all clears early. So 1, 2, does it cost an action? Let's see here. Character in the same square as a crest token can spend an action. Yep, okay. So I'm going to flip that or whatever, which in turn removes the puzzle lock and just makes that, oops, a door down there. Pardon me, there we are. So it's just a normal door. And then we're going to walk here, and does the corpse get up? Nope. End of turn, snakes react, 1, 2, and tension. So I am just going to loot. Does the corpse get up? Nope. Moving away? Nope. So loot for 1, 2, 3, 4, because the snakes won't reach us. Unless this is ammo, in which case I might use the ammo instead. Ha! Ammo for a gun I don't have on me because I don't like it. End of turn, snakes react, 1, 2. Hiss, hiss, snake, snake. All clear. Now, I don't need to roll evades to get past this thing, so I think I'm just going to run it. I'm going to have to do an encounter card on that L-shaped tile regardless of which way I go. So, yeah, we're just going to ignore them. 1, 2, 3, 4. End of turn, snakes react. Although, actually, we have to resolve the encounter card first. Spawn crows. Seeing all the enemy types added. So, there's some crows in front of us there. And we tension card. Tragic Echoes. There is no zombie, and I'm going to assume snakes and crows can't have E items. Actually, do I need to dodge past crows though? I presume yes. So, dodging the crows, we failed, so we take 1 damage. Try again. Yes. So 2, 3, 4. Hiss, hiss. A medium base and a small base can be on the same tile together. It's going rather disastrously. All clear. It lied. I'm going to come in here for 1, slam that door for 2, 3, 4. I'm going to have to go back to the box and get a heal. It's just going to waste our time, unfortunately. All clear. I also just realised you can't even see where Chris is, sorry. Getting distracted. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're literally just running down to where we started. Enemies on the 2 tiles connected by the door perform a reaction. Open the closest non-locked. Ugh. So this door opens and the enemies perform a reaction. Well, the birds can't because I didn't shoot. And the snakes move too. But the snakes are hounding us more than any Crimson Head ever did. Okay then. 1, oh, I put that in the wrong place. I put it on the encounter card. 2, 3, 4. All clear. Move in for 1. Interact for 2. Let's see here. I'm going to take out the dagger because I feel like my evades have been rubbish. I'm going to store the handgun bullets. I'm going to take out a first aid spray and use it to heal to full. And that's my turn. Is there anything else I would want to pull out of the storage? Got a bunch of handgun bullets, single green herbs. I'll store 1 blue herb while I was doing that trading. But I think I want the inventory space, although there isn't any items to pick up over here. I'll take another dagger, because I have another one in here that we got from Brad. So sure, I'll keep 2 defensive items on me because I feel like I'm going to run out of ammo and just have to dodge stuff. Unfortunately. So, that was my turn. 1, 2, snakes pursue. We're halfway through the tension deck and I feel like I've done nothing. Itchy tasty, so if I do draw anything it's going to be at the risk of an encounter card, or it will cause an encounter card. I'll come down here. So I'm going to have to kill these snakes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. They are very, very determined to be annoying. What's the best way to deal with them? Let them come around the corner, then shoot them. They've only got 1 health. If I shoot them, the birds teleport though because of the open door. Let me see. When a character on the same or linked tile makes an attack action, it's placed 2 squares closer. Oh, it's only 2 squares. Yeah, okay, I'll just burn a turn to let the snake come into view. In fact, I might as well move there. Deadly Rasp. Draw an encounter card. Okay. Spawn a zombie. Draw a tension card. So a zombie is going to appear. I guess he followed us out of where we started. Down here. We draw a tension card on that, which is an all clear. End of turn reaction. The snakes would be in front of us now. So as we start this turn, I'm going to burn the snakes, in theory. Hasn't been going well so far. Okay, perfect result. Goodbye snakes. Zombie reacts. 2, 3, 4. All clear. Oh, he would have moved closer for 2. An end of turn reaction. I'm going to need to slam it. Give me a second to think, because if I don't slam this door, those birds and that zombie are going to keep on trying to come after me. There's only 1 encounter card to be drawn again here because of one of the encounter cards we drew last time. I need to double check one of the rules that happen after we get the B item. Hang on. Yeah, okay, I think controlling the flow of enemies is a good idea. So 1, 2. I'm closing that door for 3 regardless of what spawns here. We have 1 action left. A single zombie, which you'd think wouldn't be threatening at this point with all the weapons we have, and yet. So that single zombie is there. And we've got 1 action left. I can't flamethrower him from that distance. So we'll just move closer to the door we want. Move here. He reacts closer. No escape. Enemies on the 2 tiles connected by this door perform a reaction. Well, that door just swung open. Bird wouldn't react because it didn't fire, but this zombie will. So, in that case, nuts to it then. We'll come here, we'll open this door for 2, and we populate card number 5. So here's what was awaiting us, and I hate what I see, because orientated like this is how we have to do it, because we came in from here. So there's an A item right below us, we have to draw a single encounter card. But the horrible thing is, there's another puzzle door, which means we'd have to run and try and find another crest, and that would mean backtracking on ourselves again, knowing that once we get the B item, which has to be in this direction, that's also going to mean backtracking a second time. I'm not doing that. That's way too tedious to bother with, so I'm just going to carry on and pretend that door is open. I'm not going to go running just to interact with a crest I could have done when I was over there already. That is not good design for fun gameplay, in my opinion, even if the original game, the video game that is, makes you backtrack, it's not in the same fashion in a board game. So I went in here with 2 actions left, with 1 encounter card to draw. Locate the closest non-active character that contains 1 or more enemies, and open every non-locked door. I think I've left every door open now because they've been opened by cards. That door into the garden shed, I guess, would open. It's the nearest not closed one that's not explored, or is explored rather. And I'll slam this door behind me. Pardon me. All clear. We'll go down here, pick up the AM for 2, and then come here for 3, 4. Oh, some shotgun shells. Well, in that case, we'll come back 1 square and say I just immediately used those to get back 4 shells, because we're going to need them. 3 for zombies, and 1 for Chris to put the gun to his chin. Attention guard. All clear. 1, 2, 3. Open this slightly wonky door. Oh, that should be an archway incidentally, which is why it's already opened. I ran out of archways. All clear. So we'll go in for 1. We draw 2 encounter cards. And again, if you are doing this properly, you would have to go touch another crest first, because this door should be locked, but I ain't doing that. So we've got snakes and a doggle. Where's the other? There it is. Snakes and a doggle. Let's move the camp. Okay, that should be a bit better because we are going north, although it feels like this run's going south. Let's fire a shotgun shell into the dog. We got him. The snakes react. Hiss. Snake, snake. Shotgun shell into the snakes. Nope. Now, do they attack at that range? No, they're on us. Don't miss a 3rd time, Chris. Thank you. Don't want to get poisoned on top of everything else. This is a nightmare. So that was 3 out of 4 actions. So we'll just move here for the 4th. And that was 2 more shotgun shells, so we're down to 2. The dog took, no, we're down to 1. The dog took 1, the snakes took 2. Attention card. All clear. 1, 2, pick up for 3, move in front of the archway for 4. I wonder if that'll link round actually. It might do. But that wouldn't have helped us because I've already gone through what would have been the locked door. A kerosene container. In that case, we did not walk in front of the door. I used the kerosene container to get back 3 kerosene tokens, putting us at 4, 5, 6. 6 tokens. So I'm going to need to populate the next part of the map here just now, so I'll just do it now before we begin the next turn. So here's what we were looking for. This is an important area, the shack exterior, and then the shack itself has a BAM, an AM, and a ink ribbon. Oh, sorry, a typewriter I'm going to have to use because we're about out of cards. And this is what we were looking for. It does look like there's a shortcut into the area we didn't actually explore, but it still doesn't excuse having to backtrack to get the other crest token, in my opinion, but that's just me. So let's try and get this done up here as quickly as possible because it's going to be real awkward to see what I'm doing. Well, 1, 2 encounter cards, so immediately knock things out of the way. Replace the closest corpse with a crimson head. The closest corpse would be back the way, and spawn crows. So the corpse down there, no, it's out of your line of sight, you'll just have to trust me, there's a crimson head down there now. There's now a crimson head, and he will be coming after us because I didn't close any doors. And crows are guarding the shack door. So I think we have 2 actions left. I'm going to use 1 because I don't want the crows to be able to see me. The crimson head will follow. Actually, he'll be 1 more because he reacts to my move actions. Attention, and all clear. So we'll go 1, 2, point blank range with the birds, burn them with the flamethrower, ideally. Nope. Well, can they react at that range? I don't believe so, although because I shot they would now be on me. Flamethrower again, nope. So we'll take 1 damage there. Flamethrower again, no. Finally, took the entire turn and 2 damage. Crimson Head will have reacted twice, so he's on the kerosene container. That is just I've never rolled so many failures ever, and it's just souring the entire experience. Tension card, which isn't the game's fault. It's not the game's fault I'm rolling badly, but it does suck. Okay, well, 1, open for 2. Actually, should there be explore tunnels here? Did I miss something? No, they are actually safe. We'll go in for 3, close for 4. Oh, I didn't do the Crimson Head's end of turn react, so you wouldn't actually be there. Tension card, all clear. So again, I'm going to just have to lean in front of the camera. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is this door closed in here? All clear. Open for 1. Go in for 2. Go here for 3. Pick up the E item for 4. Before the B item. Oh, it's a kerosene container. Okay then. Well, we'll be using that. Fevered Assault. Enemy moves +1. Hopefully not going to matter. So I went around with the kerosene to get back to 8 kerosene tokens. Actually, first of all, I'll use up 1 to reload the flamer for 3, because then that actually gets the full use out of the container by taking all 3 tokens. Then we'll go 3, 4. Oop, tension card. I accidentally saw what card is next because I picked up 2 by mistake. Picking up the B item, which we know is the crank. It would normally be a key if you're not using the expanded content, but because we are, it is a crank because we need to take it into the caves. And we're adjacent to the ink ribbon, or the typewriter, so I will use the ink ribbon you get for free per scenario for playing solo to shuffle the tension deck so everything goes back in. I just now realised I totally forgot Itchy Tasty at some point. I've been picking up a bunch of stuff. Too late now. Smash the Sunder does not get shuffled back in for the scenario, but everything else does. And also, now that we picked that up, you'd add tension card number 9 to the tension deck and shuffle encounter number 5 into the encounter deck. And then someone else will be joining us on the tile outside the shack. So the lovely Miss Lisa Trevor has joined us. You put her on the biohazard symbol closest to you on the outside of the shack L-shaped bit. And the cards that you add are related to her just kind of chasing you. So, yeah, replace all unexplored tokens for the tiles currently in play and spawn Lisa Trevor on the shack exterior tile and the closest biohazard symbol. So that first bit, I believe, means that all the unexplored tokens go back down. Although we're hopefully only going to have to deal with 2, but that would mean that she's now on this tile with a Crimson Head and a 2 encounter, and even if this door links back around to the shed we need, there's still going to be another card's worth of rooms there, which could also be bad. So it's whether or not you want to do the devil you know or the devil you don't, I guess. I have no means of healing. I can do dodges and fall back on the defensive items if I fail them. She has 3 health, and if she's on the same tile as me at the start of my tension phase, I draw an extra tension card. She also ignores locked doors, so she's like the Crimson Head prototype. She just follows you relentlessly. So anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, how much does she move? She moves 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, and I move twice, so actually the Crimson Head would be right there. We're just going to burn her, I guess. I was just going to evade past her, but I'm going to have to evade past whatever the encounter cards spawn. Yeah, we're going to burn her and hope that I've been rolling, or I roll better than I have been. First action. Yes. Okay, that's 2 damage. Yep, 2 damage, so she's on 1. Crimson Head reacts. Second burning. 1 damage. So she's down, but not necessarily out. She'll be back momentarily because she can't die. Crimson Head moves into position, and I guess fourth action I shall do the same. 1 damage to the Crimson Head. So he's got 1 left. And I used 4. So I'm down to 5, I believe. Tension card. All clears. I've got a Crimson Head breathing down my neck, and in fact he's on me, because at the end of turn he'll move on to me. In that case it might be worth just dodging and then slamming the door in his face to try and save ammo. Oh, sure, yeah, I'll dodge, because I can always just push him with the knife. I did succeed in the dodge,
to move away. We'll slam the door. Actually, because he moves when I move, wouldn't that mean he just stays on me? No, because it has to be when he's not adjacent or on your square. So that's fine. 3. Why is this door closed? This door was open, right? Come here for 4. 2 encounter cards. After resolving entries, corpse becomes a crimson head. Not going to be relevant. And spawn 2 corpses. Thank goodness I drew them. Oh wait, no. One of those would become a crimson head then. Joy! So he's a crimson head then. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Oh, clear. It lied. 1, 2. Let's just do 2. So let's see. That crimson head's going to move on to me at the end of the turn. Oh wait, no, I moved 2. So actually, well, let's move back there then. I only moved 1, so he moved 1. And then I'm going to wait and burn my turn so I can dodge past him. All clear. Well, end of turn, he reacts onto me. Now we're going to dodge and probably fall back on the use of the knife. Yep, so we're going to use the dagger to shove him away. Does the dagger go away? Yes, it does. Still have another one though. So 2, 3, 4. He would still react though. Oh, actually no, you count as passing it if you use the defensive item. So yeah, he'd be 1 behind me. Yeah. Although end of turn he's just going to be on me again. Oh, clear. Oh, does the corpse get up because I'm going to be moving? No, it doesn't. Dodge past the crimson head. Nope. I will use the other dagger then. Is it used up? Yes. So that's all my defensive options gone. Pushes him away. And I already rolled for the corpse, right? So 2, open for 3, and we populate in here. And I want this one to be over as quickly as possible. So no matter what we're about to draw for those 2 encounter cards, I'm definitely just slamming the door behind me so the Crimson Head, whom I'm using the prototype model for, can't chase us. But I forgot to mention that was a one-way door. I didn't look out the one-way door card, so it's only a shortcut back. It's not a faster way to get to this shack. So, 2 encounter cards then for this itty-bitty room. Basically the last things standing in front of us and getting out of this. Spawn Lisa Trevor and remove any wound tokens from her card. If she's already in play, place her on the closest biohazard symbol instead. So she would teleport if she were on the map. How nice to see you again, Lisa. I see you right there. And you brought a friend. It's a corpse. Although it immediately gets up and becomes a zombie. Well, isn't that lovely? What do we do with this situation? We're going to punt our last grenade into Lisa's face in the hopes that it kills her. That's 2 damage, which is not enough, but it keeps her still at least. So that zombie will move on to us, and then at the end of the turn, Lisa will also move on to us. So if there is multiple potential targets, you only ever use the highest threat to attack you, not both of them. So she is going to do, it's just a base, oh she actually attacks at range 1. But it's a 1 damage, and because she's medium base, we need a medium or better dodge. We actually got the medium dodge. Doesn't mean that we're out of the woods, because they're on us. Tension card as well. All clear. Biggest lie ever told. We'll drop the flamer at our feet, I guess, because we could take them both out. That's 2 damage to everything, so she's gone, and so is the zombie. Then we'll move here for 2, open for 3, go through for 4. Again, I might have to be like doing the encounter cards down here. I'm pretty much done with this scenario. I want it to be over, so no thank you. We'll just tension card. That's an all clear, although the crows are actually linked now, but whatever. 1, 2, I'm in the garden shed, I've got the crank, we're done. Well, that was a thoroughly unpleasant experience. Not the game's fault necessarily. It was just, what can you do if 90% of the rolls are bad? You have a bad experience. That's what happens. That's just what happens. So it can't be good every time. I will say though, expecting you to come all the way over here, hope that you find the right crest you're looking for, go all the way back, go 2 rooms deep, only to find, one room deep, to find you need to go back again to get another crest, to then go back, go through, and then come back round is ridiculous. That's not good design. But when you're playing by yourself, or with your gaming group, a few people have kind of asked, like, how do you interpret this rule, that rule, this rule, etc. What does it mean when it says this? My answer every time in the comments has been, do whatever your group thinks is the most acceptable. Whether that means making it harder on yourself, easier on yourself, it doesn't matter. Do what is conducive to your group having a good time with the game. You're playing it for fun, so make sure it's fun. That's the way to look at it. You're not playing this competitively or something like that. So feel free to house rule anything you don't like for instance, pointless, tedious, annoying backtracking when you've already been upset by bad dice rolls. Nah, no to that. So with the gardens done, we take that crank, and because of the changes to incorporating the expansion, we'll need those down in the caves, because you wouldn't normally go down to the caves, I think. We have access to Gardens 2, or Gardens B, sorry. I'm just looking at the card here. Yeah, because you would need the crank, which we now have. So we have access to the crank, or with the crank we can go here rather, and it's actually our only option. And as I mentioned at the top of the video, upon completing Gardens A, these can get added to the encounter deck, so we'll be seeing spiders next time, although they also get removed if you get to the laboratory, because in the video game the labs doesn't have any of the basic enemies. It's just zombies and chimeras. So I think that covers everything. After, let me see here, after a scenario, any information on that? No, so we just need to do the usual after stuff. Now, do crows, spiders, and or snakes and whatnot count towards zombies? Because they are zombified, but they're not zombies. So I guess not. So there's only one zombie, 2 crimson heads, 2 crows, 1 snake, I think. So that's not enough to raise the danger level additionally. We get 2 grenade rounds back, 2 flamer rounds back, 2 shotgun shells back. There aren't any enemies on our hex, so we heal to full. 15 pistol bullets, and then we shall never speak of this horrible scenario again, and just move on as if everything was fine. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you still enjoyed. Please do remember to show your support, and come back next time, I guess, for Gardens B, I think. Ta-ta for now.